Hi!
We're in.
Hello, everybody. We are in for real. This is the first and only time we went live today.
Yep.
Any other time was just a figment of your imagination, or definitely not a mistake by any of us, especially not our wonderful kind of stream runner, Wade. Welcome,
you saw
everyone.
nothing.
There we go. I saw nothing. Anyway, welcome everyone, guys, gals, non-binary pals, to TabletopGalaxy, Broken Space, Halcyon Days, Session 4. Or Session 4 of Broken Space, Halcyon Days. Technically, Session 2, Part 2 is going to be a great time tonight. And before we jump into it, let's meet our beautiful, wonderful players. We're going to play some beautiful, wonderful space people. So first up, Alex.
I had this down last week, and I'm totally going to mess it up this week. So, hello, I am Alex. Today I will be playing my lovely green boy, at most cast 4. He is a Caloran bounty hunter gadgeteer. You may be asking yourself, what is a Caloran? A Caloran is a kind of green, semi-amphibious, fishy frog-looking person with big, buoyancy things around their necks.
Hey, if you want a really good description of what a Caloran is, watch last episode.
Yes, please watch me when I actually had all of my brain cells functional.
And speaking of many functional brain cells, Wade, tell us about yourself.
Oh, okay. It was me. You threw me off with the brain cell thing.
I know.
So I'm Wade. I will be playing Bishop, who is a gank bounty hunter assassin. Is that right? I always forget the first part, but assassin nonetheless. We both share he, him pronouns. I'm going to be looking away most of the time to keep up with the stream.
Love it.
I'm forgetting to do pronouns every time.
Go ahead. Let's introduce her.
Both at most and I use he, him pronouns. They're in the little thing, either here or here.
They're all around you.
To your left.
Yeah, there are pronouns all around us.
They're like so. And now Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Vans, blue smuggler, gunslinger, Rhodian, blue Rhodian gunslinger. I go by he, him pronouns as well as Vans. So, and shenanigans are our specialty.
All right,
You stole my line.
Well,
Next
please,
time.
whose line did Jay steal?
I'm EO, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be playing Zale, who uses she, her, and they, them pronouns. She's a Twi'lek charmer and force-sensitive emergent, and also she is yellow.
Awesome. Also, whose line did Jay steal was the working title for Whose Line Is It Anyway? Glad they did not go with that. I, of course, if you haven't met me or seen me anywhere on the internet before, I'm Robert the GM. I go by he, him pronouns. I'll be literally everyone else in this game today as I GM this game of Edge of the Empire, Fantasy Flight's wonderful Star Wars system. So, with that, since we are in a part 2 of a session, we won't be doing any Destiny points or obligation, but let's catch the audience up. So, hey, whoever's obligation got rolled, would they like to just kind of talk about that for just a hot second?
What do you want to talk about?
Oh, it's you? Oh,
yes,
oh no.
It was me. No.
Why don't you just quickly tell the audience, in case they aren't entirely sure what exactly that means for a little bit, and then what your obligation is.
Okay, so every session, everybody, or I should back up a little bit. Everybody has an obligation number. Everybody chooses their particular obligation because in the Edge of the Empire, everybody owes somebody something. So your obligation could be an addiction to spice or gambling. Your obligation could be a bounty has been put on your head, etc., etc. At the beginning of every session, or every proper session, a D100 is rolled with the value of everybody's obligation being added up to 100. If the obligation of someone is rolled, then you all then that particular person loses 2 strain, everybody else loses 1 strain, and their obligation comes into play somehow. So my particular strain, or not strain, obligation, my brain is fried today. Oh boy. My particular obligation is fame. Fame is essentially that your character has a reputation of some kind. Maybe they stole a famous ship. Maybe they took on an impressive bounty. My particular bounty hunter has a reputation of being a professional. So usually when he takes a job, he finishes the job no matter what it takes.
Wonderful. And so with that established, we can jump back onto Socorro. So last time on Halcyon Days. Well, I did. Yeah, all right, let's do it. I'll do it, but I'll commit to it. Last time on Halcyon Days, the party discovered that the package they picked up from the Hut caravan, this kind of prototype tech, may be more valuable than they thought, as the Imperial contacts they had been talking to seemed very keen on it, and while they didn't stop them from leaving, seemed a bit disappointed that the party did not hand it over. The party then...
We didn't have it.
At the time, you did not have it. That's true. You then went back to your ship, the newly named Halcyon Days, this sleek, like black Lancer pursuit craft with this kind of all green tech, very pristine, fancy-looking ship, and called Uncle Rax, the basilisk mechanic who Vans had a close relationship with, and asked them, first of all, what is this? And second of all, can you put it in our ship? When they learned that it was a device, a astronavigator, if I'm remembering the term of the thing I made up correctly, a piece of tech that makes it much easier to astronavigate, to jump through hyperspace, especially on weaker, or if you're crazy enough in the lack of hyperspace lanes. Basically, it makes it almost like a small hyperspace lane, kind of like a big one, but it's fairly niche in prototype tech. While they were getting that installed, they'll decide to check up on their cousin as a dutiful family member, and did not receive an answer. And so the party went off to see what was going on, and found that the cousin of Zilmeshta, a cyber surgeon who put our lovely bishop back together, was being held hostage by some, I'm going to say friends, but the kind of friends that a Star Wars of the Empire system would be, holding them up. And they handily defeated most of them, killing the right-hand Bothan of Kreka, the local warlord, who Atmos and Bishop ran afoul of. And we ended last session with one of the goons of that they had kind of just wiped the floor with, going, all right, what do you want to know? They look very distressed.
Atmos has one gun still pointed at what was their name? I put the Panav, the Bothan who had blown up his ship, and not only that, his good friend and mentor.
Yes, although I will say, Bishop killed them very dead.
Oh, they're dead?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I thought they were.
There was a brief moment where maybe they were gonna live and you were gonna talk to them, but then
nope.
Well,
has been coup de grace.
One minion still alive.
Yes, so one of the like minions is right now, like, hands up, like, I don't want to mess with you. One of them are unconscious. The other two have been taken out.
Yep.
One missing a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of missing
So
hands.
Atmos has a gun pointed at the one that's unconscious, and one pointed at the one that's still alive, and he's gonna say, "Now I want you to be very clear with me. What do the Hutts want with this technology?"
Well, I mean, I think they just kind of want it, but I know, I don't, they want it. I mean, I know they've been doing more security around Nar Shaddaa and Nalhada,
Hmm.
but, you know, it's hut stuff, you know, I mean, they say get stuff, we get it.
Well, as we said earlier, Zale, your buddy, there must have been those buddies that came and picked it up from me at gunpoint. So it's out of our hands.
Well, I know my boss would pay very handsomely, and we don't have to be in it. We could work together to get it back. It's worth a lot of like leans in like a lot of credits,
How much is a lot?
and like turns to Atmos like, or no, turns to Vans. A ship, your own ship, a lot. I think maybe.
Why are you looking at me? You need to talk to them. I'm just standing against the wall. I'm not the talker.
Yeah, you've done enough.
Yeah. As the accent's starting to get in.
It's all good.
Fail. Amos goes, "Now, normally I would be 100% for earning more credits. Unfortunately, your boss made it very clear what he thought about me."
Yeah, no, I understand why you would say that. I just think that, you know, there's, hey, I mean, come on, Huts, am I right? There's nothing that can't be smoothed over for a few thousand credits, right? I mean, bygones, or, you know, they want it real bad.
Atmos is gonna look over towards Zale, and he's gonna say, "What do you think? Are the credits worth it?"
I mean, listen, you could at least come in and negotiate. I mean, you know,
That
make
sounds
you
like a
compelling
trap.
offer.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I mean, I even, how would I set up a trap right now? You know, I want to stay alive and make a lot of credits.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to stay alive, and I never want to see Craig of the Hut again.
Bishop? Van looks over to Bishop and just kind of gives him the look of like, Bishop? Implying we're done here, right?
I mean, if the command is given, then we're going to act on it.
Don't kill him.
Stun him.
Look.
I concur.
Yeah. What's up? What? Yeah. What?
All right. Look. We don't have the thing anymore, thanks to someone.
Well, you know I turned around. I was all by myself. What do you expect?
Fine, whatever. And anyway, I'm not too impressed by the competence of any of you people. So, you say you don't know very much. And now I'm going to pause in my thing because everyone else seems to have frozen.
Oh no, we're just
Oh,
waiting.
we're,
on it.
no,
You're
we're
good.
good.
still good.
We're in
Oh,
rapture.
okay.
That's
Okay.
all.
Sorry, you froze up for a moment.
Nope, you're
Let
still
me
good.
find my train of thought again. So, you have a bit of a better idea of what you might know than we do. We didn't exactly come into this knowing the backstory. So how about you just lay out everything you do know about this whole situation?
Yeah.
And
Okay. Sure. You just like nodding vigorously. I don't know. I mean, obviously, Krega has been just trying to obviously move on others and take over more territory, but then he got word that huts on Narshada were looking for some kind of naval whatever, right? Whatever the thing you got, and words come around the grapevine that they're also being more stingy about who's piloting stuff. Really kind of cracking down on things. Uh, don't know why, but it's kind of weird. Huts have always been kind of equal opportunity, employers. But I guess I may have something to do with it. That's all off-planet stuff. Not really my concern.
moving on others. Moving on who?
Well, buddy over there would know more about that. Kind of took care of it ourselves, but there's
I don't
more.
think they're talking anytime soon.
Just more Socorro. I mean, it's all Socorro politics, I mean, I don't know what you all need to know. Greca says jump, we shoot some guys,
Bishop nods.
Not well, but Zale, is there a message we want to give the huts while we leave?
I've got just one.
Atmos, please.
Oh no, not that one.
Our business is concluded.
Cool. So you didn't come here. The trap didn't work. Those other guys were bad at their job in a way, right?
Yeah, we're square.
Anything to add, Zale?
Just get out of here.
So what I will say is I'm gonna have Zale and Atmos roll a coercion check together to see how well this kind of sticks to this guy. So
why don't we do Zale? What is your willpower?
My willpower is 2, and I have no ranks in coercion. This is kind of.
I've got
we discovered
2
this.
and a rank in coercion as well as a rank in intimidating.
Perfect. So that means it's going to upgrade the check, right?
Downgrade the check because I'm the one making it.
Right.
Yeah, downgrade the difficulty.
So this is going to be versus discipline. They're not the. It's just really 2 purple. I am going to add up Black Die because he works for a hut, and that's scary stuff.
Okay, and then with Zale's
so you're going to get
right?
You get your. So you said you had 2 willpower and a rank, right?
Yep.
So yeah, you're going to get 1 green, 1 yellow, and then a downgrade, which I don't. Does that do anything if it's already all purple?
Yeah, it removes one of the purples.
Okay, so yeah, just here, I'll put a downgrade on myself. So I'm all ready. So it's really just going to be 1 green, 1 yellow versus 1 black, 1 purple.
Remember the boost die.
Yep, I've got that set.
Oh yeah, and you boost. So there we go.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
All right, so
that is a failure with an advantage.
I think so obviously you don't necessarily know, right? but I think what he says is, okay, yeah, here, and he kind of like puts a data pad on the like table. If you ever need, listen, I'll do you guys. I can, if you need a small favor or you need to talk to somebody. Listen, Krekka's got a lot of people underneath them. If you need to talk to somebody, you could probably work something out just that way. Okay, I'm just gonna bye.
I take the data pad.
Yeah, and they kind of like run.
All right, let's see if the Bothan fellow has any data on him.
Yeah, you see they have actually 2 different data pads, both of which are encrypted. Apparently information dealers are not, stupid.
But might be worth taking him anyway, see if we can do something about this at some point.
I've got an idea too.
How about Zale, you check up on your friend and we skedaddle soon?
Yeah, that seems like a good idea. I cannot believe I touched a corpse.
It's okay. I'm going to go check out the front door just to make sure we don't have any more guests.
Yeah, good plan. So Zale's going to sort of look at the data pads she's got, kind of, and slide them into her bag and kneel down next to Jez and take off I think he was gagged.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna take that off.
Oh.
Hey, Jez.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Yeah. So.
Never a dull moment when you're on planet, huh?
Hey, you know me.
Well, I've got a lot of cleaning up to do, I suppose.
You might want to hire some more security.
Yeah, I think this particular branch of my practice is gonna be closing down for a bit, and I'm gonna find a new haunt. You'll know where.
If you needed a ride off planet anytime.
Zakoro's good to me. Well, for the most part. So I'll stick around, but I appreciate it.
You might want to find a rival gang to protect you.
I like to try and stay. I have been neutral until now, so.
Crick of the Hut has a way of
making enemies.
Forcing your hand.
And I am learning. Any suggestions?
Well,
could I make a knowledge underworld or streetwise check?
I was about to ask if I could make a streetwise.
I would love you both to make that. I'll say it's just two purple difficulty. Yeah.
All right. I've got 2 yellows in streetwise.
Love it.
I will roll streetwise.
Awesome. Whoa!
That didn't have any bad dice.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't put any bad dice.
Hold up. Try that again. Well, here. No, actually, what I'll do. So what we'll do is we'll just add those together since you had an awesome roll.
Yeah, that was a very good roll.
So that'll come out to be 3 successes, a triumph, and 2 threat. Okay, so I think for this, what I'm gonna say, I would love for you, you can think about for a bit, like think of like a cool gang name and like 2 facts, with like one of them being a really cool fact, and then I'm gonna add a fact about them.
Okay.
For the threat. So you get to make them up. You get to do a fact about them, a really beneficial one, and then I get to make a less bad one. So then here, while you think, you can also do this, Alex.
Oh, make the roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be correct now.
Nope, that's a failure and an advantage again.
Yeah, I think.
that was even still with the blue dice in there. I forgot to remove that. So if you subtract that, that's actually 2 failures.
Two
and
failures.
An advantage, sorry.
Oh, 2 failures and an advantage. Trying to think of a good suggestion. I mean, I think we can. I think it's pretty simple that you just have not been on planet that long.
No,
like
yeah.
you got on planet and you like knew about Kreka and their rival gang, and then you also know that Kreka just blew up his rival gang, just without your help. So you're kind of like,
Yeah, I used to get a lot of my information from my mentor, who I'm going to say her name was Kruk, right?
Kruk, okay.
CRUK, and yeah, she got blown up. So now Atmos is a little lost without her.
Yeah. Do you have any strain right now, Atmos?
Strain? I don't think so. I'll double check. No, I don't have. Actually, I have 4 strain.
Oh, well, if you would like to recover strain, I'll allow it. Or if you have something else you want to do with that advantage,
yeah, I'll recover some strain.
There you go. You kind of like take a moment, you think about it, you just kind of have a moment of calm.
Mm-hmm.
So, Io, you have an idea on this?
All right, so
excited.
There's the Screechers, a bunch of. Actually, they're more into tech than shootouts these days, but that's why they came here. Not originally from around here, but I happen to know that where they've set up, and one of their lieutenants owes me one.
Oh, nice.
They might have a place for a cyber surgeon.
Nice. Awesome. I love it. Now I gotta make up a bad fact. Those are some very good facts you just made up about them.
Well, they used to be into shootouts, so that might
for sure
be contributing.
Yeah, I will say that the Screechers are crime is kind of weird on the Outer Rim, right? Because like it's everywhere, but you can't like be blatant about it because it's one of because then all of a sudden you're drawing attention. Screechers kind of don't operate by that philosophy. They're very kind of out in the open about it, and they're powerful enough that people don't mess with them too much, but they're kind of always constantly skirmishing with other, because they're just like, I'm not ashamed. I'm gonna just make good money and do good work, even though it's illegal. So that they're that kind of criminal. But yeah, if you suggest that to cousins, well, if they're sounds good to me.
Calling in a favor is least I can do after I got you into this mess.
I appreciate it. Well, I'm gonna get my things packed up and ready to move out. What's your all next move?
We're gonna head off planet, probably.
Probably sounds like a good idea. Do you want to come with me to there, or is it more just word of if I say oh, I don't know how this works.
I'll send a message to my good friend Tellus. They know that I got them in touch with the pilot that got them some good wiring deals.
Yeah,
all right.
Your cousin, like the Leku, does like a very like deep gratitude symbol, and they kind of nod and get to work, cleaning up their now like body strewn office.
Really gotten into it this time, huh? And Zale's gonna go off and shoot out a message to the person that they are calling in the favor with.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get like a message back like, if we weren't also having to protect this guy, I'd say I'd owe you too.
Yeah. Well,
consider it done. Yeah, and they kind of like shoot you back another message.
thanks.
So yeah, perfect.
Always a pleasure.
So you are all heading back out.
Mm-hmm.
Going straight back to the ship.
Yep.
All right.
And
yeah.
then we can check these data pads over for trackers and see if we need to space them.
Fun. So as everyone's going back, which of the two of you would you say are like paying the most attention to their surroundings as you're walking back?
I think Vans and Bishop. Vans is like we're in deep doo-doo right now.
Yeah.
Would it Bishop? Are you? Because
I mean, it kind of fits the narrative, right?
Yeah. So
it's not going to be a good roll, but
I think mine might actually be decent.
So because I'm gonna want a perception test from two of you as you come back into your ship. It's gonna be it's 4 purple dice.
4 purple.
I've got a
Yes.
decent perception.
So I guess anyone who wants to try this can, if you want to say that your character is like scanning around a lot, but it is difficult and failures not gonna be great. So
Okay.
I have my difficulty set if anyone wants, although as a note, anyone who is rolling that's not at most will get a blue die for being around a Kelleran.
Okay. So
2 if you're right next to me.
Which I'll say, yeah, sure.
Okay, so
You
we
are.
get 2 blue die.
How does the destiny pool is mostly yours right now?
I have 3 destiny points, yes. And you have
Yeah.
1. You all have 1.
Okay.
Fun
But I have
times.
3 green dice for perception. I think I might have the best perception of us.
I have a yellow and 2 green, so we can all do
Oh,
it.
you do it. Okay.
I have a yellow and a green.
Because you said, as you said, each individual can roll a perception, correct?
Yeah, each individual can.
All right, I'll start it off.
Okay.
You forgot your blue dice.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Roll the blue.
Oh, it did not. Interesting, because it did not. Didn't kick in.
So here, I'll
actually,
I cleared my pool. So if you
Okay.
if you just click 2 blue die, like clear your pool and click 2 blue blight. Oh
Did
well, they're both blank. So that's 2
Okay.
successes and 2 threats. So I guess I'll tell you what you see, and then you tell me, and then we can figure out what that threat may be.
Okay.
So you see, you come into like the dock, and again, it's that kind of like classic Star Wars thing where it's like it's like a indentation in the space dock where like
Mhm.
the ship kind of fits in this nice little slot, and the ramp is. I feel like you probably closed the ramp after you left, since you just left your Uncle Rex alone.
Yeah.
And you spot kind of like on the top ridge here, you spot a figure kind of observing everyone come in, like a they're kind of in a cloak to obscure kind of who or what they are, but you see
Okay.
figure watching you all. So figure out some threat here. We have 2 threat. Does anyone have a pitch or?
Strain is pretty much the
Sure.
the.
I think you know it. Taking 2 strain for seeing for 2 threat. Usually it's 1-to-1, I believe, at least. Yeah, I think seeing
Yep.
this figure is distressing.
It's
So
startlingly enough going, because it's also the realization of like, we've been tracked. Something's watching us. So our wonderful ruses, that sinking feeling of like, we got to get out of here and we're getting tracked, and I need to tell everyone around us what are we going to do? At which I point, as we're walking in, Ben's like, we have company.
Oh, lovely.
Are we shooting our way out or just getting out?
We're getting out.
Probably they won't want to start shooting at us in the middle of the spaceport. But actually, is it crowded around here?
So you guys are in your like own little section.
Oh,
so
we're in
you're
our
kind
own
of,
little section. Oh no,
you guys are kind of secluded off.
And I'm looking at Atmos,
Scratch
and
then.
I go, Atmos, could you get the engines ready while I go check around?
Yeah, I can do that.
Get the engines ready, and I kind of flick him the key fob, and I'm like,
that's canon.
Why did you?
Yes.
Oh. Tractor beams, I think, are your requirement specialty.
If you say so.
Yeah. And yeah, as
I think I see what you mean.
And I'm kind of like, and Bishop, I think did we repair this damage? And I'm pointing up kind of towards the underneath of the ship right now.
Zale's going to head for the tractor beam controls. I have an idea.
Okay.
Atmos is going to do what he was told and start warming up the engines.
Okay. Well, here first, Zale, what are you doing at the tractor beam controls? As you get there before anyone gets anywhere else, I think, because everything else is like on the ship and stuff.
I'm taking what Van said to mean that I should try and get ready to tractor beam our company if he tries anything.
Okay.
They try anything.
So you're just like kind of holding.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on the figure and get ready to tractor beam them.
Sounds good.
Because the tractor beam is actually underneath the ship, so once we rise, so
perfect.
I feel like I was told to go under the ship or look under the ship.
Sure.
Is that?
And
I think you were told to look on top.
Well, by the gangplank in the back, where we're kind of just on the side of where the entrance is, and just kind of showing in the back. And I'm like trying to converse with Bishop about once the engine's going, do we want to take a pot shot, and should we just get out of here?
I mean, I personally would need to get closer.
Yes, I'm more for you in case he engages us, that you can take it apart, because I'm about to shoot it right now, and then we're going to run. But in case he comes in and engages, I want a second body that's very good at close range, taking it apart.
At that moment, as Atmos, the like loading ramp has just opened up, and you hear like, "Bing! Welcome, Captain." You see the figure take out a blaster and aim it at you with like a very serious implication.
At me or at Atmos?
Atmos.
So when he's
about to board the ship, he's like the ramp has just now come down. It's like it did the like classic Star Wars like.
Okay.
And it's open, and Atmos was about to.
When he raises that blaster, I shoot.
Okay, then let's roll some initiative here.
Yeah, how far? Sorry, maybe I misunderstood. How far away is the figure?
I'm gonna put them probably at medium range, but they're an elevated position, right? So it's basically like you guys are all together in this little section, right? In this little dock, and then they are at like the top of it, elevated up.
All right, so will that be a cool or a vigilance?
I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm rolling cool.
Zale, I think, is definitely cool. I think Atmos, I think, is going to be vigilance at
Alrighty.
least, because you were. It's not that you weren't expecting a fight, but I don't think this moment.
Hmm.
And I'll say if Vans
Bishop
or
is
Bishop,
Probably vigilance.
okay, and then
In the middle of the conversation, it happened, right?
right. So I think everyone but Zale as vigilance makes sense to me.
Okay.
Now, luckily for y'all, this individual is not actually that good at. Yep, is not actually that good at
Oh wow.
cool, which is what this was. So they get 1 success on their initiative. So we have a 4 success roll from Atmos. We have 1 success, 3
Advantage.
from Zale, and
I'm
1. Yeah.
actually Vans will have an additional one using the rapid reaction.
Okay. So 1, and then an additional. What am I missing here?
So I would be a 1.1.
1.3. Okay, perfect. So first up, we have a PC slot. What are we? Who? So I guess Vans was the one
Can
that started us off.
Oh, right.
To be fair,
Did it off.
by shooting. So I think that makes sense. So it's going to be 2 purple for medium range. I'm going to give you a black die for the elevated position they have.
Okay.
They have the high ground.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also taking cover right now.
Yep.
So
That's fine.
that'll that's all I got for now.
I am gonna take a maneuver to aim.
Okay. So that'll add a blue die.
Yep. And I've got an additional blue for my accuracy, and I believe I am ready to go.
Let's do it.
And I just need to pick the right one. All right, here you go. Let's see how this goes.
Woo! Would tell the audience at home what you got there.
So with 3 boost dice, 2 green dice, and 2 yellow dice versus 2 purple and 2 setback dice, the results were 3 successes with 2 advantage. So the damage is going to be 9 damage with Pierce 4.
Nice.
Boy.
And the 2 advantage, I would like to actually use, if it's possible, use one of the advantages to reduce my strain, since I'm very confident in that shot, and then use the other advantage and pass it on to the next person.
Perfect. So yeah, you very cool as a cucumber, take a hip shot out, and kind of you see it flies and kind of dings off the person's shoulder, just kind of grazing them. You see it kind of breaks the cloak that they're wearing, and you see metal shining out from beneath the cloak.
Do we recognize that metal from previously?
I'll say yes.
Okay.
As the droid that was tailing you at the end of last session.
Wow, 9 damage. Nice.
We're doing good. All right, so that'll be you. So now next PC slot. Sounds like Zale was the one preparing to do something. So that makes sense to me.
Can I try to use the tractor beam to grab the droid?
I love saying yes. So this is gonna be computer's roll.
Unfortunately, because the tractor beam is on the ventral, not on the dorsal. So we'd actually have to be up before the tractor beam would actually be being engaged, wouldn't it?
So
that is a good question.
That does. So here, Zale, what do you want to do on the droid?
Oh, let me look this up.
I want to do what the tractor beam is meant for. I want to start dragging it down and towards the cargo bay, which is, well, where a lot of us are standing around waiting to...
I like saying yes. So it's not going to be easy. I'm gonna say it'll be 3 purple die and 1 setback die, because this is not what it was necessarily meant to do a specific area. But it's going to be computer's roll. You have an extra boost die from Vans being so generous. So
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, gonna give this a shot. Where's my computer? That is. Oh, come on. That is
boy.
3 threats. The
Three
only thing that
threats.
rolled was threats and advantages.
All right.
Wow.
So with 3 threats, I think what I'm gonna say with 3 threats is that you kind of pull some random detritus and stuff from off of the roof.
Oh, no.
And it
Oh,
kind
no.
of like hits the Halcyon Days, and it's not really taking much damage, but it's like getting all in on. It's gonna be harder to take
Stuff
off
in the
quickly.
paint.
You
Yeah,
scratched the paint.
yeah, it's gonna be harder
hold
to take off.
Hold on. I
quickly.
can figure this out.
So that's what I will say, and we'll get to that if you try to take off quickly, which I don't see why you would want to do. We have another PC slot now, so
Yep. I'll take that. So.
Okay.
Now that like all the shooting has started, you said he was at medium range, right?
yes.
Yeah. So Atmos is going to draw his EE3 carbine rifle and shoot it at him, which I believe actually drawing your weapon is a maneuver. So that's my maneuver right there.
Correct. So we're going to be back to 2 purple and 2 setback.
Okay. That's set.
Mhm.
All right.
You know it. Ooh.
Nope. That's a failure with an advantage.
All right.
For that advantage, I'll recover some strain.
All right. Yeah. So you managed to basically, what I will say is you kind of like, you miss, but you're able to not exactly take cover, but kind of get out of the line of sight a bit, and kind of calm down as you're. All right. So last PC slot, Bishop. What do you want to do?
I need to get over to it.
Okay. So to get into short range would be 1 maneuver. I'm going to say it's going to take 2 maneuvers to get within short range. So basically up onto the kind of level they're on because it's elevated. So you're going to have to take some strain to take an extra maneuver.
I believe it's 2 strain.
Yes. Or if that's all you want to do, you can just use your like action to take an extra maneuver and get up there. So because as a reminder for those who aren't that versed in the system, in this system, on your turn, you get an action and a maneuver. So an action is something like shooting a gun, using a tractor beam. And then a maneuver is like aiming, taking out a weapon, moving. So either Wade could take some strain to do an additional maneuver and have their action left, or if they want to just get up there for now, they can just use their action to do a second maneuver and get them scrabble up onto the ledge.
Okay, now if I'm going to get up there, I'm going to hit it.
Well, you will, like, the 2 maneuvers will get you within short range.
Oh, okay.
Like from medium to short.
Well, then I guess I don't do anything other than
Okay.
that.
Sounds good. So you
You
just
still have
use
your
turn.
blaster, don't you?
Yeah, maybe. I don't have any stats for it or anything.
I
never wrote it
have
down.
stats. I have stats. If you want to take a shot with a blaster pistol, I can tell you what that would mean.
Sure.
Okay. So what do you have your ranged light skill?
Let's see. 2 green.
Okay, so it's going to be 2 green, and then I just have 1 setback die because they're still in cover, and 1 difficulty die because you're in short range. So just click that skill, and we'll. I got the stats for the weapon here.
All right, I can just click the skill. Good call. Boop.
It's a failure.
Yeah.
The shot is wide as this droid ducks under cover.
Yeah, this is why I don't use guns.
So it's now their turn. Okay, now is the question. Let's see here. Who's the biggest threat right now? I think the biggest threat's probably Vans, the person that just took a good chunk out of them. So right now, Vans
hasn't missed a shot yet.
Yeah, right now, Vans, you are at
I
medium
missed one.
range. That's
have you?
true. That's
Okay.
true.
I've missed 1 shot.
Right now, Vans, you're at medium range, so that's 2 difficulty dice.
I do have 1 setback for defense.
Okay. I believe, though, let me make sure. Maybe not. Nope. Never mind. They do not. So that is 1 defense, so it's going to be 1 setback for the defense. They are very good at shooting as they pull out. It's a blaster rifle. It's not like a full on or not a blaster. Sorry, need to get my terminology correct here.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Let me see here. Hold. Yeah, no, it's a blaster rifle.
Okay. It's a big boy.
Yes, I did a little homebrew of my own here a little bit. So they pull out their blaster rifle. Now they have 4 yellow, and then they have an additional ability that will give them some boost die to this combat check. So I have my thing set. Does anybody have any modifiers they want to do here? Because otherwise, I'm going to hit the roll button.
Nope, can't do anything.
Yeah.
All right,
Just
sounds good. Oh
my word!
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes and 2 advantage on a blaster rifle.
Well, at least I'm not getting crit.
It doesn't have auto fire, so that's good. So it's gonna. I said six successes, right?
Yeah. So
I'm glad I knew ya.
So that's 15 damage. And then you have soak, I hope.
I do have some soak. I have 3 soak.
Okay.
So that gets
12.
That's going
damage.
to put him exactly at
12
threshold.
wounds. Yep.
All right.
Oh my
Now
god.
for the people at home, what happens when you hit your threshold?
You fall unconscious.
So yeah, you see this droid pull out a blaster rifle, and then with the 2
and
advantage,
you take a crit when. Yep.
Yep, and you take a crit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
when you hit the threshold, though.
Yes.
When you go unconscious.
Okay.
Yep, and every subsequent hit afterwards.
Someone in chat is saying
until you die.
Oh, this only happens when you exceed threshold.
Yes.
You are
greater. So
okay.
So basically, yeah. So
yes, I am barely standing. Yes.
Yes. So basically, Vans, you see this droid now very clearly pull out, take a shot, and just by the skin of your teeth, you don't get your head blasted off, right? As you just dodge out of the way and get kind of like, but you kind of move your shoulder up a little bit too much, so you get right in the shoulder, and you're like almost knocked onto your back by the force of this blast here. My 2 advantage, I think it's gonna give Bishop a setback die on what he's about to do, because not happy about it as they kind of move into a position so that it's a little harder to get to for you. Like basically it gets on top of some of the there's levels to all the stuff there, there's all these Star Wars-esque different pieces of equipment on top of this ring, and so it kind of gets to a point where you're gonna have to kind of come at it at a disadvantageous angle. So that was a very exciting NPC turn. We're back to a player character turn.
I have an idea, if I may. I'm just basically yelling, "Get in, shoot," and then run into the ship. So he's still medium range, so I can take a shot and then use as an action, and then you use my maneuver to get into the ship. Correct?
Sure.
Okay. And at the same time, I'm yelling at everyone, "Let's get out of here." So, all right, I'm not going to aim. Okay. I'm just going to shoot this guy.
So that's going to be, again, 2 and 2, 2 setback, 2 purple.
Yeah.
I try and learn the dice names, people, but I just...
And I forgot an extra boost die the last time I shot, but that's okay.
No.
It's okay. We handled it fine. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. If you're ready, I'm ready.
I am.
All right.
Oh boy.
Brutal. All right. Tell the audience at
Oh,
home
wow.
what happened this time.
So that is 5 successes and 2 advantage. So that is going to be a total of 11 damage with 4 pierce at the robot. So he's taken some damage.
Really has.
The 2 advantage, I'm going to pass to. Actually, I'm going to pass to Atmos or whoever's next.
Okay.
So just 2 blue die to whatever the next person does.
And then as a maneuver, I'm running into the ship and getting to the cockpit, and I'm about to start the engines up, and that's when we're like, "Yep, we're getting out of here."
Yeah, you're like, yeah. Well, actually, you don't start the engines up because Atmos has the key fob, but
oh yes, that's right.
So
can I use one of those advantage to grab the key fob?
Yes.
And then I'm grabbing the key fob with one advantage, and then I'm running, and I'm like,
"Ding! Welcome, Captain. Would you like a refreshing tea?"
Stim pack.
I have one.
Perfect.
Okay,
perfect. Next PC slot.
I'll take that. So, Atmos seeing this devastating shot on Vans, he's going to take cover kind of behind the like the big hydraulic thing that like opens and closes the thing, and he's going to sit on that while waiting for this to close.
Okay.
So in game terms, I'm going to take cover.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot at the big guy. So you still had 1 leftover advantage from the
yes. So you're going to get an extra boost.
I'll take that boost die and shoot.
I am going to, though, use one of my adversary abilities to increase the difficulty of this roll without using a force point from this character.
Actually, that's supposed to be all shots.
That's all the time.
What?
That's all shots.
Yes,
Adversary is
What?
permanent.
Oh.
It's not a thing you activate, it just is.
The way it was worded to me sounded like I could use it twice.
We are learning.
Oh no, adversary
wow.
2. Oh no.
Oh no. That's okay. It's adversary 1 then, because I'm kind of splicing this around. No, that's much more powerful than I would have wanted. Okay, no. So yeah.
Okay. So
wow.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Is that set then?
So it's set now. It's going to basically be 2 set back, a purple and a red.
All right.
Wow.
Oh no. Okay, so that is a despair with 3 advantage. Let me look at my cheat sheet quick, see what I want to do with those advantage.
So I have 2 pitches for the despair.
Okay, give that to me while I'm reading this.
So I have pitch 1 is the owners of the droid show up. Pitch 2, you hit the Halcyon Days pretty bad.
Let's have the owners show up.
Love it. The 3 advantage, if you want to shoot them out of cover, and basically like do that, I'll allow it. You could knock them prone, I'll say.
Actually, one of the things I can do, on my little cheat sheet here, one of the things you can do with 3 advantage is force the target to drop a melee or ranged weapon.
Love it.
I'm gonna shoot its gun out of its hand, or at the very least, scare it enough to drop it. It's
a droid, so you shoot out of its hand. You don't really spook it, but yeah, you take a shot, and the blaster flies out of its hand, and opening up, you see somebody y'all have never seen, I don't think. Let me make sure I'm on the right page here. So, oh no, did I not put them on that right? No, I didn't put them on that right page. All right, so you all see walking through a Twi'lek in kind of like very nice clothing, practical, just kind of with like a hut insignia on their emblazoned on them, with 2 pretty beefy looking guards walking behind them. It says, folks, I think we all got off on the wrong foot here. and just kind of stands there, and I'm gonna roll for some new people here. So let's see here. We'll do for the got for their vigilance would be just a 1 die. A 1 success, and then sorry, NPC. And then for them though, if I pull up, adding new enemies in the middle of combat.
Yay, numbers.
Yeah. Here, while this is going on, we have another PC slot coming up here. So
We do.
who's feeling the itch here? Okay,
Go for it.
Go for it, Zale.
How many maneuvers am I away from
Poof.
Vans?
From Vans, just
Yeah.
1, I'll say. Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I use my maneuver to toss him my remaining stim pack?
Yeah.
I've got one.
Oh, you've got
you've got
one.
one?
You've got one.
got
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Scratch that then. Okay, So a bunch of people are walking in just now.
Yes.
Can I try to do again what I was trying to do? I want to try to pick them up.
Pick them up.
Oh.
Sure.
Tractor beam controls.
Because I can pretty much get right next to Zale, because the tractor beams are in kind of the cargo bay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh my goodness, the turn order's getting all messed up. All right. Yeah. So I will say.
Actually, wait. Have they started talking yet?
I mean,
the
you
Twi'lek
saw
guy.
this.
They've been talking. Okay, they've been talking.
just stepped in and said, "Folks, I think we got off on the wrong foot here."
That ain't
Oh,
exactly
okay,
our
fine.
fault, is it?
You do have an intercom next to you.
I'm going to. Fine, then I'm going to do what I do, and I'm going to step away from the tractor beam and head down to talk.
Okay.
There's an intercom right next to the tractor beam.
You're right. The intercom talks to the outside of the ship too?
Sure.
Excellent. All right. All right. I'm going to hit the intercom and... Well, I really think we did. Are you here to change that, or just try to waltz around on it?
Yeah, let's do a negotiate roll. Let's see how well this goes over. So, let's see here. That's going to be opposed by their negotiation, I believe. Typically.
I think negotiation opposes negotiation, yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to be rolling. It's going to be against 1 purple, 2 red. And I don't think that's it. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
So I'm ready when you are.
Okay, let me make sure to clear my dice pool. And did the thing that someone had 2 boost dice to already happen?
Somebody's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think those boost. No, I think those boost die are all yours right now.
Okay, good. I need them. All right, gonna roll. Negotiation.
Wait, is that you monkeying around with some droid noises or something?
Oh no, not again!
I think her voice, her
Okay, how am I doing?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, one moment. I'm gonna try to blow my nose.
Yeah,
while
your mic's gone.
Oh
a
yeah,
little weird.
your mic's gotten real robot.
Well, why don't you tell us what you got here? Well, well, here I'll. So that's 2 successes, 3 advantage, and 2 despair.
Oh boy.
Okay, so we as a group need to unpack. So with 2 successes, I think
Okay,
they're ready to try and negotiate. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Your headset's pretty staticky. Also,
Yeah,
Do
your
we
connection's
want to
gone
take
tacky,
a break
I
and
think.
try and fix that?
hey, I have a break button now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna figure out what that wild roll means in just and come back to you in just a second here, folks.
Yeah, let me fix. What? That better be. We're back.
Alrighty, folks. Thanks for putting up with those brief technical issues. We are back to figure out what a negotiation roll of 2 successes, 3 advantage, and 2 despair means. As the fact that Zale has succeeded does not negate those 2 despair.
Indeed, it just means that the despair aren't making a failure worse because I certainly succeeded at something.
All right. First instinct. You don't necessarily know this, Twi'lek, but I think you can figure out that they have the last name Meshta.
Oh no!
I think that's a great despair.
That's a great despair. You
The
did say
Meshta
they were
clan
yellow, didn't you?
I did now, especially.
Okay.
Cool. I mean, hey, the Meshta clan is fairly large. They've gotten into a multitude of different things.
We have established that. There are a lot of them involved in all sorts of dubiously legal endeavors.
Perfect. So we got another despair. I think it's very fair. I came up with one. If you all have another idea for something, not necessarily. It's not necessarily. The fun part about this is that it doesn't have to be just about this negotiation process. It can have come about because of this, but it can be kind of more nebulous. So just something bad that has happened, you know.
Yeah.
She knows you? No, she knows one of us? Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, she.
Or.
So how about this? So either I will say at most.
They think that. So we let that thug escape.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of failed to coerce said thug into
Correct.
not. Yeah, so this person who is part of the family thinks I'm involved with the Shattered Dais.
Ooh.
And is not too happy about that because the family kind of has this policy of you don't get into the kind of trouble that reflects badly on the clan. And getting into anti-Hut revolts counts.
All right, yeah. Sounds good.
Darn you uppity kids and your revolutions.
Always making trouble. Okay, perfect. And then, so now we have the good stuff. So you have your successes and advantage. So successes means I think they're willing to talk, right? Like their whole deal was they wanted to just, hey, I think we come in a little hot and heavy here, you know. So they seem willing to negotiate, to use a bit of game term. What are you thinking about for advantage?
No, I got nothing.
I mean, Zale has taken a lot of strain, so I guess if you would like to recover some strain, Zale, as you realize you're talking now, you're in your element.
Here's
we could say
another
that.
Good one from chat. Family means they're willing to cut you a bit of slack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. How about I'll say
they recognize my voice and they know I'm one of the kids, you know?
perfect. Yeah. So I'll say recover 1 strain's ale. And
Okay.
in response, you see this Twilight is like, all right, folks, Zale, let's all XK, let's get down from there. Let's all put away weapons. Let's talk about this like reasonable people, yeah?
I like that idea. I'll just step away from the tractor beam. And I think we really should be talking.
I think so too.
So Zale's going to step away from the tractor beam
sounds good.
and start coming down.
What about everyone else, though? Because whether or not we're jumping back into a PC slot of initiative or jumping out of it is very dependent on y'all.
Yeah, Atmos is he's still gonna have his weapon drawn, but he's gonna like lower it, right? So that at the very least he's still holding it, but he's kind of got it at like a like he's not threatening, but he's still got it.
Okay.
In addition, he's kind of standing up and getting out of the cover that he was already in.
Sure. Bishop Vance?
Vance is getting to the cockpit and doing the all I need to do. The engines aren't warming up, but they're kind of in that everything's just ready. So if I do need to do it, I can just hit a few, and I hit a stim pack.
Okay, so you recover 5 wounds.
Yes.
Unless, didn't you do one already this session? Or
No, I haven't. No one's...
Hey, first stim pack of the campaign for us, you guys.
Second, I've taken a stim pack.
Oh,
that's what I was thinking of. Okay.
That's right. That's right. See, we got there. All right. So, Bishop, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure that out now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I feel like true to character probably wouldn't necessarily just stop because other people are talking.
Mm-hmm.
I will warn you, if you shoot at Zale's family, they're probably going to be in the realm of would take a lot of convincing to keep working with you.
I think, is the droid stopping?
Yeah, the droid, like, you see it kind of holsters its weapon back on its side. And, like, you heard the Twi'lek be like, stand down to it.
Okay, then, I guess Bishop would stand down to get in his head a more advantageous position for the future.
Yeah.
Because being so far away doesn't benefit.
Sure. And you see the droid, like, hops down, like, very quickly climbs down and comes back around to the Twi'lek side. So if you want to come down, or you can stay up there.
I'll get down to the bay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're all here. Not quite the family reunion I expected, but
not the one I was expecting either.
Now,
never sure I caught your whole name.
Catal.
Catal. I'd like to say it's nice to meet you, cousin, but it's not the best of times.
No. I didn't know the Meshtas. I didn't know we engaged with anarchists.
Yeah,
But-
well, I didn't know we went around kidnapping our own kin either.
That was Kreka. But listen, I'm not here from Kreka. That little worm is small potatoes. Or that is
Interesting.
potatoes are not canon in this universe. I don't care.
We should tell him that.
I can. I have. Listen. You all know what I'm here for. And while here's the thing, Zale, I think you got in with the wrong. Kind of looks to Atmos. I think you've got good company. I think if I hire you all for maybe a different kind of job, you can make up some poor decisions you made recently. And we could come to blows. You could make further enemies of the Vanderajar clan, or
I'm not going to fight family. Let's talk, yeah?
That's great. That sounds lovely, doesn't it?
I never wanted to screw up us, you know?
I'm so
And
happy
I'm
to hear
willing
that.
to make up for past mistakes.
Perfect. So I think that's just going to be very simple two-step process. Step 1, I get my tech back. Step 2, we just talk about a job that you will be handsomely rewarded for. Step 1 sound good at least?
Well... we might be able to work that out.
Sure. Here, I'll tell you more about step 2. So, recently, around Nar Shaddaa, we've had some issues with incoming convoys and some outgoing. People coming in slightly wrong places, crashing a bit more than normal. We're pretty sure there's some sabotage stuff going on. Typical going after the pilots, not a nasty business, you know? All centered around Nar Shaddaa, a little bit around. So, there's some usual suspects that we would like to investigate. And luckily for you all, one of those, the Black Sun, we're kind of having, they're having a little bit of a internal conflict, you know, none of my real business, but there's some kind of nasty business with a stolen ship, bounty, I don't know. Means they're distracted a little bit nearby. So, if you can go do what you do some snooping, find some information about maybe what they're up to, see if you can find if they're messing with our pilots or our ships, be handsomely rewarded. We'll go on our way. We'll pretend. I'm assuming what I will say, Zale, is that I'm sure your work with the Dias was simply out of desperation for credits, and this will more than put you out of that kind of need.
All right. You're right. I got into a bit of money trouble. I've never quite been the best with that kind of thing. I thought I'd be able to keep my head above water, even sending some back home, but things got a bit more expensive than I expected. I had to grease a few wheels. You know how it is.
Of course. Hey, it's a tough galaxy out there for us Meshtas. But
yeah.
hey, I can look out for my own.
So, you say this would get me out of this pit and even splitting it with my friends here? I'm
think so.
I think I might be trying to do a charm check here.
Yeah, I like that. So let's see here. Charm, I believe, is more usually get posed by discipline. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see here. This isn't going to be the easiest thing to pull off too well. So
Yeah.
they are going to upgrade the difficulty of it once due to being nobody's fool. And then let's see here. Discipline. They have a lot of different skills. So it's going to basically be it would normally be just 1 purple, 2 red, but it's going to be 3 red
Ew.
because of nobody's fool.
I have second thoughts. Let's see.
Do it.
And I don't have any more boost dice.
You do have 1 more light side point.
We have 1 more light side
Oh,
point.
right. Oh, we do. Okay.
1 more.
I hit the roll before you said that accidentally.
Well,
Oh, whoops.
oh my.
That's a roll.
Io, you just really want the best.
Oh, I do not want the despairs. Okay, despair. She thinks I'm irresponsible. She thinks I'm covering up for irresponsibility. Maybe I'm not actually sending anything home. She thinks I'm a screw-up kid.
I think
I'm not endearing. I'm digging myself deeper.
For our audio listeners, that's a failure and a despair.
So a despair, a triumph and a despair each count as a success and a failure in themselves. So having just a despair left means there's also a failure there. So I think you say that, and Katal's eyes kind of narrow. How about you all do this job? I'll give you money to cover your expenses for it, and we'll call it even. And consider yourselves lucky. I think that's the most fair way I can do this.
Atmos is going to look over at Zale and try to lock eyes with her and just nod.
And in fact, they will turn over to you, Atmos, and say, in fact, I'd like to do the formal agreement with you, if you don't mind.
You want my name on this?
I would. Seem like a trustworthy fellow. Given what the talk of the town is, at least.
He looks back towards Zale 1 more time to double check that this is what we're doing.
Yeah, she's family.
Very well. We're in. He's gonna sling his gun back over his shoulder and walk down the ramp to seal this with a handshake.
Yeah. They give you it's fairly firm and confident little handshake. Well, I'll be sending you some information about the particular little hive of Black Sun you'll be dealing with. But I think for now, I'd like my technology back.
Of course, I'll go grab it for you.
Wonderful. Yeah, you go in and you see Uncle Rex, who's been like hiding out during this shootout, as they're not like necessarily not a fighter, but they're not currently armed, really.
Mm-hmm.
So Rax was still on the ship, huh?
Yes, it appears so. They just were hiding out as did not realize this was going to be a shootout. Oh, everything okay?
I think we were just a little premature, Rax. I'm sorry to ask this, but I think we have to take that item off the ship again.
Yeah, there's a very knowing say no more, nod, and
I'm
gets to
sorry.
work.
Very sorry, your accent. I got you involved with this. I
Yeah.
really am.
More hot than I had hoped. Rax, good to see you again. I'll help you out with the disassembly.
Appreciate it. Oh, never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment.
Well, at least my initial comment earlier has come true to volition. I said some people came and took it, and they didn't want to kill me. So I guess it's a little true.
Perfect.
So,
Yep.
outside the ship, while this is going on, Zale, her usual confidence is kind of drained out. This is not going well. Family's involved, and when family starts getting involved, Zale's really loyal to them, and so being judged like this is not at all comfortable. Their Leku are just sort of limp. And
Yeah, does anybody have any like talking or scenes they want to do, or is it just kind of like standing in silence as this tech gets uninstalled?
Like very awkwardly.
Look,
Yeah.
I know you know more about this whole situation than I do, but I mean, I feel like I should give you a heads up just in case you don't know. The Empire wants that thing too. Wants it bad enough that somebody important is involved. And I mean, I think it's... I know I got involved in politics I shouldn't have, but I think politics we don't want are all over this. So, just... The Empire, I hope, thinks the thing got blown up in the fighting. But if they don't, they're still looking. Might still be looking anyway.
Love it. I'm gonna ask a charm roll from you.
Oh no, not another one.
I'm gonna give you 2 boost die because you just like super played into what they think they know about you. Like that was a great speech. I think it was really good. So it's still 3 red, but
Yep.
you get your 2 boost die now.
Okay. Wait. I need to check something.
No worries.
I need to check to see something because I might have things that help me on this. Oh, no, I did not do that. I did something else instead. Right, I forgot. I was looking at it, but I don't have it. Okay,
No worries.
I'm going to try to make the roll.
All right.
Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Hey.
So,
Hey.
for those at home, that's 4 successes and 2 threat.
Oh no.
I think we're just gonna use strain on these because this
Yeah.
is playing into your thing, but they kind of nod, and you see they kind of lean in conspiratorially as they listen. This is why smart huts use dumb huts like Kreka to get what they want done.
I get your point. I definitely get your point.
As long as you all don't indicate that this is a larger hut interest than Socorro, then I don't think the Empire should have reason to follow this particular piece of tech off the planet.
Good.
And at this point, you see Uncle Rex with like the Navicryptor kind of out and ready to kind of convey off.
I says, Rex, no, we'll take this out. You stay in there so you don't get implicated at all.
Four thumbs up.
Yeah. So I'll grab the piece, walk off the ship, go over to Vale, staring at the droid as I hand it over.
Yeah. It still has like a hood up, so you can't even like see its like head. It's just like this pretty tall, imposing droid.
I'm trying to see if I did any damage to it. I'm like,
you can see that there's like some blaster scarring and like sections of droid.
So it was a good shot. So
yeah, like you got some good shots into this thing, but
as I look over at the, it's a Twi'lek, as we said. So
yep.
And I go, sorry about the damage. As I look over to the droid.
Nothing that can't be fixed.
Very true. Very true.
Holding their hand, and then kind of extends their hand out for the tech.
Zale hands it over.
Perfect. Well, I have the tech, and I have the signature. I think I'm going to go deliver the good news, and we'll be in touch. It'll be a pleasure to work with you all.
Good luck. Take care of yourself out there.
And then we're going to end on the Leku, like indicate to you a sense of, I don't need the luck to use Ale. And that is where we're going to end this particular session of Broken Space, Halcyon Days.